Hi everyone, welcome to Soulrise Gaming. I'm doing a complete beginner's guide to Tap Titans 2. So I'll be going through step by step about all the mechanics, what to expect, how to give you a good start, and what everything means in this game. So if you've never played this game, or if you'd like to learn a bit more, this is the ultimate video for you. If you like the video, put a like and a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. So when you first start, you're introduced to this character called Swordmaster. Now, Swordmaster, when you get to the beginning screen, you can edit the name of the character or your avatar icon. Now, avatar icon, it's just cosmetic. It serves no purpose. You get these icons for completing certain tasks. So kind of like achievement badges. And then you got your name, Swordmaster, which again you can just tap in and type anything. So when you first start, then go to your option menus. Where I recommend, I'm just going to put this down to low, just so you can hear me a bit better. Now I'm going for all these icons. You've got your notifications. I'll leave that on because I like to know when the next clan raids are coming. Your language, I've set it to default, which is English. This rounding off. Again, you can leave it on and off. I just leave it off. And scientific notifications. When you start doing big damages, this is quite important. A lot of people refer this as an easy way to see about damage and goal sourcing. And it's basically when it comes up here about the information of your goal source, and this area here about how much damage you're doing. So the scientific notification is basically more in-depth explanation of exactly how much damage and income you're getting. You see a lot of guides, a lot of video tutorials online, and groups and Reddits and Facebook talk in this method. So it's good to have this on. And also, if you click on it, restarts for it to be formatted. So it's best to do it straight away. Also, you've got your accounts. It says you can sign in for your email or Facebook to back up your progress. Don't do this yet. Only do it after you've got your Books of Shadows, in case you have to restart your game. The main reason being is because once you've synced it, that's it. It's synced to that email. You can't undo it. So if you haven't got it, or if you messed up, then you have to wait. You have to grind per normal. Once you've got Books of Shadows, I would recommend to sign up for email to get that 100 gems. Gems are very important at the beginning of the game. Privacy policy in terms of services are just the T's and C's and jargon. Merc Saw for Tap Titans 2. Reddit forum, support page. So if you have any problems, for example, like you bought diamonds in the shop, or you lost a couple equipment items, you can do an in-game support ticket to the devs and they sort it out. Power options is quite good. I would turn all your power options off to begin with, because they make no difference to the game. I'll leave these two on because they're quite helpful for your clan raids, but turn everything else off because it will save your battery life. It means you can play longer, and if you've got a phone that can't really support it, the game does heat up after a while. So again, it saves your phone from breaking or just playing longer. Update history, all information about any recent updates and what they have implemented. Calculator, that's just more to do when you get more used to the game, about figuring out what damage and damage outputs and just working them out. Fairy ads, I'll leave that on. The reason I leave fairy ads on is because you get fairy drops, and when fairy drops happen, these fairies come across the screen with carrying a little chest. If you click on them, you can either watch an advert, which is about 30 seconds long, to get that reward. The full reward for the fairies varies. It could be mana, could be gold, could be a boost. Now at the beginning, you have to watch the advert, but if you get VIP status, you have to spend £100 in the shop, and it will take the adverts off. Now that's not £100 at once. It could be £100 over any period of time. So you could do £5 here, £10 there. Now I wouldn't bother about this. This is a free to play. You can buy gems to help buy equipment to level the game quicker, so you can finish the game quicker, but you can really play the whole game without spending a penny. It will just take you longer. Now most people, like myself included, have spent £100. I have got VIP. The main reason is because I've played the game for over 2.5 years now, so I'm very dedicated to it. And also when you get to mid to late game play, your fairy income is one of the biggest incomes. So the amount of money comes from dropping in resources. Having to be able to skip adverts saves me tons of time, and also I just want to support the devs for a great game. I really enjoy it, so I don't mind spending £100, and I didn't spend it once. For birthday, Christmas, I asked for £10, £5 here and there to buy buy items, gems. Mainly I've only spent it on gems. The reason I spent it on gems I will explain later. There's literally no point buying equipment or anything else. So it could be, if you're dedicated, it could be worth to spend that to get the adverts turned off. Right, so that's the explanation of the menu, and also you've got your support code. So when you do support, put in the support code there in your comments, and they should know it already, but just in case, so they know which game to refer to, which application. If you say start, you tap. Now I'm syncing my phone to my PC, so apologies for the annoying tap in the background. So there's different methods on how, if you play it on a mobile or if you play it for PC. Some people use 2 or 4 finger methods, so that's your index finger, middle finger, tapping on the 2 sides of the screen. Now the area to tap would be this area. You tap anywhere, it really doesn't matter. Tap here, tap there. Wouldn't tap there because when you get to bosses, this counts as a boss. And I wouldn't tap there because it brings up the menu. Now, after you tap for a certain while, it brings up more options down here, which I'll go through shortly. But the reason I say tap on this screen is that it opens up the menu here when this appears. So you don't want to be clicking on that because it just gets in the way. So just click anywhere on the screen, and after you've done a certain amount of damage, there we go, spend gold to upgrade your attacks. So the first option here, it does give you a brief tutorial exactly what to do at the beginning of the game, so it's quite helpful, but I'm going to go a bit more in depth of exactly which item means what. So straight away, Swordmaster, you click on this. The first thing I'll do is turn the buy one to max. The reason being because you always want to be maxing out your Swordmaster and your heroes. There's no point doing one tap at a time. You might as well do the most you can because you want to get the most out of them. And these options here, raid cards. When you join clan raids, which I'll go for a bit more detailed later, I explain a bit more about this, but this is part of this system. Skill tree, again, once we get skill points, I'll get a bit more explanation about them, but just a brief summary. These skills boost every statistics and they help you progress in the game. There's different types of builds, so if you look online or forums, you hear people talk about clanship, shadow clone, heavenly strike, silent march, pet build, different types of builds. I have made a build on a video guide on every build, and I'll put a link to it to the description above. So I will do a brief summary in this video, but if you want to go a bit more in depth, check out those videos. Now at the beginning of the game, you only want to be doing Night Tree because your main source of power will be from tapping, and your pet and your taps are the main go-to, so spend it on these ones first. And then when you get to about 25 skill points, the most common one or best one to use next will be Clanship. Again, I'll get to a bit more detail when we get there. That's just a brief summary of what to be putting points to right at the start of the game. Achievements. Now, when we reach stage 10, I'll go for a bit more about stage achievements, but daily achievements, these will start filling up very quickly. So at the beginning of the game, these will start getting completed. And when that happens, remember a little icon will appear like that. Just remember to quickly collect them and just start collecting gems. Don't spend anything yet. I'll tell you when to spend them. Inbox. This is for when the game Hive or Titans do an update or something happens like an event or an error or something, and there's rewards. There will be a notification there. I would recommend to always check it to make sure you're not missing on any goodies, because sometimes the messages time out, so you don't want to lose them. So already I've got 20 shards. Just because recent update they changed the Heavenly Strike Splash, so it's just a compensation for that. And clan messages. So I'll go for a brief description of these ones. So your Swordmaster, you can click on this hero characters there, and it gives you a brief statistics about your character and the damage boost of the character. And then you can click on this to change the icon you saw at the beginning of the game. So that's your avatar on name. And as I said, don't bother changing that at the moment because you might have to restart. And then again, you can do the same on your raid stats. It gives you raid information. So and these are active skills. So once you reach a certain level, when it says level 100, it means the level of your Swordmaster. Each increment of 50, you get a new skills. Each one's do different. That's an instant attack, and that's critical damage. There's golden source increase, and then tap damage, hero damage, tap damage, and these will start filling up here. As you start activating these or opening these up, just remember to close this down and start tapping on these to help progress through the game more smoothly, more quicker. So let's start collecting some gold. So right at the beginning, you want to be collecting the gold and leveling up your Swordmaster. so you can start unlocking the rest of the stages and your menus. Now, gold drops, you can click on them to collect, but they will collect automatically. Don't worry about if you don't collect them, you will always receive the income from the gold. So you find that when you start doing the higher levels later, the gold source, you have a lot on the floor, it'll be totally covered, so you can swipe them, start tapping them to collect them a lot quicker. It just means that but again, if you don't tap on them, it's absolutely fine. The game will automatically collect the coins for you. Okay, so when you get to stage 6, hire a hero to help you do the battle, you get to unlock your heroes. Now your heroes are basically your companions that you start collecting them by hiring them, so you pay them money to fight for you. Again, once you get the hero tree, I recommend to change the buy one to max, because you want to power these up as quick as possible. You only get the next one after you start unlocking them. The next one will appear that's due when you've got enough money accumulated. You want to buy the most recent one as soon as you can, because that'll be the most powerful one at the time. Okay, now it's time for the pets. This is your first pet. Let's free him. That's at stage 8. So on this stage 8, it unlocks all the menus, so I'll go through that in a sec, but first let's get your first pet. So free this guy. The pets are quite essential for the whole game. Not only a great source of damage and money and everything else, but not only essential to help you level progress quickly at the beginning, but they tend to be the best build. So pet builds tend to be the best for the late game players as well. Now pets, when you get a certain amount of pets, you start getting 2 different bonuses. So you have your active and your passive. If you notice, I'm level 5 on that one, so my passive one on that has already been active. Sometimes it might be worth selecting a lower one over your highest level one. Right, so say we look at these two. So you got your pet damage, both got pet damage, but one's got tap, one's got all gold. So I've equipped this one, and the passive this one is plus 42.5% pet damage, plus 1 gold, but then the passive on this is plus 52 pet damage, but times 1 tap. So just be mindful that you want to be, the aim of the game at the early stage is to get as much pets as you can. The more pets you get, the more damage. And when you're buying pets, you want to be looking out for the ones that need level. So instead, the level up from every 5. So level 5, level 10, you get a passive bonus. So if you go to this shop, they'll see Hammy. If Hammy, it's got 3 stages. If I had a Hammy here, have I got one? Yeah, I have. If he was stage 2, I would buy a Hammy. Well, I'll buy all of them anyway, but if I just only had enough to get only one of these, and Hammy was stage level 2, I'll buy a Hammy, because then that makes him level 5, which means I then get the passive bonus. So just keep mindful about what level pets you are. And you see in the shop as well, so you can buy perks, which are these ones, pets and equipment. And when you start collecting gems, never ever buy anything else apart from pets. It's really not worth buying equipment. You find that equipment drops very frequently, so there's no point buying it. It's expensive. 800 is a lot of gems, especially at the beginning, and when literally within a day or two you find an item that's even more powerful drops, so there's no point. Again, with perks, once a day you have a fat fairy appear on the screen. So normally after playing about 10-20 minutes it will appear. If you click on it, it'll drop. Also with your daily login, if you log in daily, you get daily rewards. You get perks that way as well, and also you get perks from tournament. Now perks are these things here. So you get power swiping, adrenaline, make it rain, mana potion, doom, and clan crate. You can only use clan crate once you join a clan. Again, no point purchasing any of these because they drop quite frequently. I would only use any of these during a tournament, which is every Wednesdays and Sundays, just because your tournament, the higher position tournament, the great reward. So it makes sense to use all your powers. So if you've got all of these, so use your adrenaline, use your power, use your doom, your mana. Yeah, it's just more boost during the tournament to give you just that boost over the edge to get a higher placing. So only use them during tournaments. Also, you've got these passive skills. So for progression gain, when you're doing a clan, you can buy dust. So when you do a certain amount of dust, it gives you passive skill effects. And from pets, when you start buying pets, it gives you pet levels. So after 50, you get a pet smash skip. Titan cannon as well. From leveling that up, you get the clan sip. And there's lots splash skip bonuses from all of these. That's basically what the main are. Reduces the Titan count, and that's from skill points owned. The best thing about all these passive skills is that they aim to basically skip levels. So as you progress further, your levels between bosses, the amount of levels you do before you fight a boss, tend to increase. So these basically help splash them. It means skip stages. So instead of doing stage by stage, which we're doing now, you skip 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40. So you start skipping loads, which is great, which means you can level quicker, you can prestige quicker, and that means you can play the game quicker and level up more. So collecting all of these is a good thing to do. When you go to here, when you first start the game, you've got a starter bundle. It costs £3, but yeah, I would recommend to get it. The boost is, and that's £3 towards the £100 VIP, but the amounts of boost this gives you, that you see, like 2 level 5s, 10 level 1s, the amount of pets, it's really worth it. Right, I've bought the starter bundle just to show you the difference and basically the equipment I wanted to go through as well. So let's start collecting all these. Okay, so now that you've got equipment, so these are quite important. Equip them all. They're all the same ones, it doesn't really matter. I'll just pick that one. When it comes to equipment, there's 2 things I would mention. Your hats. You can choose for melee, range, or spell hero. It refers to this. Always equip the one that is your highest damage dealer at the time. So for example, I've got my melee as my main damage source, so it would make sense to equip my melee as a power booster ×2. So if the next one will be, well, it's melee again, but if it went to sorcerer or spell, so I went to range or spell, I'll then equip that. That would help me, give me more power and help me go further. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Now what's a good one is that if these items, I would recommend to lock them in the most powerful ones you've got, just because you don't want to accidentally sell them. And you can tell they're locked because I have a little lock item on the screen. Just keep these always locked. Now each one have a secondary bonus. So this one has 4 times clanship, but then secondary is it has multiple spawn chance. These good things to note at the moment, because when you start going into deeper builds, for example, you can have a secondary, and this one is Chesterton, but then if you had a lot of skill points in Fairy, then you want to equip the item that has a secondary bonus in Fairy, because it would make sense, because it would give you more money. So just keep an eye to check these. You don't have to worry about it at the beginning of the game, because you basically need anything, it doesn't really matter. When it starts getting to a bit further on, then I'll go into a bit more explanation about these secondary stats. When I go through the build guides, please check out my build guide series in my channel. I'll put a link to it above. They'll explain the secondary bonus and the skill builds in a bit more detail. Clanship has appeared. As soon as that appears, I'll recommend joining the clan straight away, because that gives you a clanship bonus, and also it means you can start doing raids. So there's 2 ways of doing it. You can either look at the clan dictionary, which will show you a list of clans that are near your level. I wouldn't bother using any of these because they're all low level. You can see all level 000, which tells me they haven't done any raids yet, or there's hardly any people in them, or any active people in them. Really no point. I would recommend searching for a clan online. So you search Reddit, Facebook, any forums, and just ask people if they've got any space in a high level clan. So once you join the clan, it says participates in raids to help clanmates defeat title lords for amazing rewards. Use raid cards to boost your damage during raids. Upgrade the cards with dust to increase their power. Communication is key for strategies and to plan your attacks in clan chat. So raids, you basically start accumulating daily tasks. So if you go to your daily rewards, I'll recommend to do as much daily tasks as you can each day, because your individual daily tasks adds to the total clan's tickets. Everyone that's done daily amounts, you can see there, everyone's done dailies. You need these amounts to start a clan raid. So if you don't contribute to the clan tickets, some clans will end up kicking you, because what happens is it's basically rude. If you don't do your daily achievements to help gain tickets so everyone could do a clan, but you're participating in clans to collect rewards, so you're collecting all the rewards for not helping in any way, for not helping to start the raid. So it's just basically a bit selfish. So you should be polite and to be just a good teammate, and just log in each day, spend 10 minutes just doing a couple of these achievements, just collect them. So you want to be a team player, and also it's less likely for you to be kicked, because no one likes a selfish person. So yeah, I definitely would recommend to do them. So when you have enough tickets, someone like a master or someone above can then start a raid. So when you start a raid, you then got 24 hours to prepare. I have got a video explaining the raid system in much more detail in another video about clan raids, so I'll put a link to it in the icon above, so click on that to get a bit more detail. But once you start a raid, you can tap away at the Titan using your decks. Now these decks, you automatically collect cards at the beginning, but also you can buy them from the shop using dust. And once you completed the Titan, you get rewards to your clan XP and hero scrolls and dust and more cards. And these are the Titans you need to fight. They always participate, even though you're not doing much damage. If you do participate, you will get part of rewards. So even though you didn't do much damage, it's better than nothing, and also it means you do get the reward at the end. And this all helps towards increasing the arcane passive skill, your scrolls. So you get these hero scrolls, which increases, when you get the whole set, increases your passive hero bonuses. And then you get the weapon scrolls, which increases your hero's base damage, and you get these from tournaments. So the weapon scrolls are from tournaments and I believe daily logins, which I'll go through in a sec, and the hero scrolls are from clan raids. So when I talk about daily achievements, it's this: each day login. This will appear after some time, and for each day login consecutively, get a reward. Now these are quite good because you get 25 and 50 gems is a lot to get at the beginning. You get 5 equipment and I believe 5 eggs, but it's different very levels, so you could actually get like an epic or a legendary or even a mythic item from these equipment. So it's quite good to log in daily to get them. And eggs is not just 5 eggs, you get different levels. You could be level 2 egg, level 3 egg, level 5 eggs. Again, that's a good bonus. Your shards, which I'll go for a bit more in a second, skill points. So it's definitely worth collecting these daily. So equipment. When you go to equipment, you can get crafting shards. Again, you get shards from your daily logins and also from tournaments every Wednesdays and Sundays. Your events equipment you get from different events. It could be Christmas or Easter or so on holidays. They tend to do these. You can get these normally bought in a shop. As you can see, they've got the D&T equipment you can buy. But again, I wouldn't bother buying any of these. They do eventually drop. It does take some time, but you don't want to spend 24 quid when they can drop for free. So just be patient, they will eventually come. They do rare and legendary, they're obviously hard to do, drop less frequently, but they will drop eventually. Now mythic, these are the only ones you should be getting at this moment, well pretty much at any time. Now you want to be saving as much shards as you can and completing a full set as soon as you can. The relic multiplier you get from mythic sets are game changers. Your first one you want to get is the Ancient Warrior, only because after a short while you probably want to be going towards your clan ship build, and that's heavily on Warcry and your heroes. So I would recommend to start saving the shards and buying these and these only. Don't be tempted to buy different ones. Just complete a full set first before moving on to the next one. So again, I recommend Ancient Warrior first, then Treasure Hunter, and then it doesn't really matter after that. You just pick any one you want. So these two are the only ones. And I said don't use buy shards, only buy mythic, nothing else. That's very important. So skill points, once you get a skill point, it prompts you to go to your skill tree, and we get to skill tree, it only lets you do the first one, and it just tells you a bit more information about it. At the beginning of the game, your main source of damage, or your biggest source of damage, would be tap and pets. So I would recommend leveling these up to you till you get about 25 skill points. Then when you get about 25 skill points, you then start doing an actual skill build. So your skill build is basically refers to when you do accumulation of certain skill points into effect. So it could be clanship build, which focus heavily on warlords, or it could be a pet build, or it can be a heavenly strike build, which is that one towards that tree, or it could be in an active build, so Sire March build. This is for people that don't play that often. Now at the beginning I said you want to be leveling these ones, mainly these two, but it could be that one as well. So these ones for your, just to level through your main hero. With the different types of builds, I have done a full guide in much more detail in each build. So it's your pet, your heavenly strike, your clan ship, shadow clone, and your silent march. These are the 5 main builds. I've done a video, in-depth video on each one. I'll put a link to them on the description above, so if you feel to have a look at them to get a bit more insights about that. So at the moment you want to be basically leveling up as much as you can until you can do your first prestige, and get 25 skill points, and then start building the clanship build. That will be the aim of the game at the beginning of the game. Right, so once you get to a certain amount of level, this section here, when it talks about levels there, so level 300, level 5, 350, and then your prestige level 500, it's on about the level of your sword master, your main character. So when that reaches a certain amount of stage, level 300, you can unlock your active skills. So unlock these. You want to be unlocking them as soon as you can, because these give you extra bonus and incomes. Fortunately, because we haven't got much mana at the moment, they don't last long and it takes a while for them to regenerate. That's why pets are so important, because you have some pets, they go fluffers. He does mana regeneration, so when he gets level 5 he will be a great help for that. So again, if you get into see pets in store, and if I saw fluffers in store, here would definitely be the first pet I would buy. Having a high level fluffers is a good tip for beginner players, because you want your mana regen to be high as you can. Now these stats here, I haven't gone through the detail. This is just lore, so this just gets information about all the heroes. So if you want to read that, you can. And these are stats, so this is just a lot more detailed information. So I've just been, just quickly cut that, I've just been leveling up stages. So I've been looking at every single fairy drop advert to get all the bonuses, so I can activate all my skills and increase my mana. It took me about half an hour, and I've gone from 88 to 125. When I got to that stage, I accumulated enough levels on my Swordmaster to level 500, which prompted this message that I can now prestige. So when you get to 500, you can prestige. So basically saying that if I was to prestige right now, I can get 42 relics, 3 equipment items, and 2 skill points. And an advanced start, so I won't start from 0, start from 75. So it's not too bad. It's basically half, well, less than half of what you currently are. So I wouldn't prestige just yet if you're still pushing okay. So basically, if you're doing a level every couple seconds, that's fine. If you stop or you can't do the Titan boss anymore, then I would say that's the time to start prestiging. The reason being is you can get more relics quicker now than if you were to prestige and have to spend another hour getting back to where you was before. So you might as well spend that extra like 10-20 minutes just pushing your levels just a little bit more, even if it's only by 5 or 10. Just get these extra bit of relics now. I am going to prestige now. Now I've got 100, 3 skill points, 2 items. So when you prestige, I said he will reset, but you get those lovely relics. So let's look at artifacts. First one's cheap, which is good. So we want to be getting Books of Shadows. Orange Charm. Nope. There we go. Books of Shadows. Second attempt on my first try. That was very, very lucky. Now, because I've got Books of Shadows, I would change to spend to max, because I'm going to max it. And you could get more artifacts, but at the moment, I want to concentrate on leveling Books of Shadows ACP. The reason being is because you still got some left over to get another artifact. But the main thing would be, it would be leveling your Books of Shadows and getting artifacts. So I'll keep doing that until I get as many artifacts as I can. Because each artifact, just on its own, it gives you a great multiplier straight away. So then once I've done that, at the moment you could do by 1 or 10 because you're so low, you don't want to be spending too much. But yeah, you want to be leveling your Books of Shadows as much as you can, and that will increase your relic. So literally for next week, I would be just spending everything into Books of Shadows till it's quite high, to the point where you can see there's no difference in leveling. So for example, say if it's 100 and it only goes up by less than a fourth, say it was at level 100 and if I was to level it, it'd be less than 25, so 125, then that's when I know it's time to start leveling more artifacts, or to save for new artifacts. So this will be the point. Great time to pop up notification, because you got Books of Shadows. Save that account, get your extra 100 gems, and also so that if your game was to crash, you kept that Books of Shadows. Now if I didn't get the Books of Shadows, I would have uninstalled the game, reinstalled it. I spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours max it took me to do a run to get 4 artifacts with Books of Shadows up until this point. Now it may seem like a long time, but 2 hours, you probably can do it 3 or 4 times a day, depending on how much free time you have or how much time. But even if you spent a couple days restarting and reinstalling it to get Books of Shadows in the first 4 artifacts, it's a great game changer. Without it, you're going to add literally another month on top of your current grind. So yeah, definitely get that first. So I hope this has been helpful. I've covered all the points, the main points of all the menus, items, what to look for, some couple tips here and there. But if there's anything else you'd like me to cover or any other information, leave a comment below. If this video has been helpful, leave a thumbs up, subscribe and click that bell notification. I will be doing a lot more videos. I believe the next one I want to go through is through an artifacts. There's total artifact guides. There's 95, so I'll do a breakdown of each one, exactly what they do, which ones are used best in builds, so the top 5 artifacts per build. So I'll break down all that, and after that there's many more videos coming soon. I am doing I'll think about doing a stream doctor for Tap Titans 2. So I already stream every Sunday and Twitch from 9 PM. So I was going to do a Tap Titans 2 dedicated stream where I can answer all your questions. For the lovely support you have, I have been getting a lot of feedback and been very busy. I'm getting about 10-20 comments a day asking for helps and tips and basically other questions about this game. So it'll be easier if I just stream live, then I can answer a lot more questions a lot quicker and easier, and with a Q&A. So I will be, once I've got that all set up and live, I will be announcing it, and feel free to drop by for that as well. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.